Alright, everybody, we are doing another park tour. I've been working on this one for a couple weeks in the new Jurassic World. Well, I guess not really new anymore. It's been out for a couple months at this point. I'm really late to this game. But in the Biosyn Valley park in Jurassic World Dominion 2, still playing on the PS4 if you can't tell by the screen tearing and stuff. Definitely the worst way to play this game. But you know, can't really afford a PS5 or a good gaming PC at the moment. Too many responsibilities. But that's alright, because I'm just doing this for fun. It's not like I'm business out of this. Let's go ahead and turn the UI off right here. This is the first one of these with commentary because I still have not invested in a microphone. So I'm just using the default one that comes with the PS4. But yeah, so as you can see right down here, I have the, in quotations, hotels that come with the Biosyn Valley one. Since we can't use the mixed arrows, this is the best I can get while still using some of the Biosyn Valley stuff. Mainly the subterranean little lookout post, which I think is the coolest thing that's added to the game. I don't mind the Jurassic World Dominion Giga skin. I know some people don't like it because it's not accurate to the real dinosaur at all, but I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, these are the amazing accommodations that people would be staying in. A couple park benches and trailers, essentially. How would you like that for your couple $1,000 vacation? It's probably more than that. It's probably millions. Oh, actually, I lied. The invisible fences are probably the coolest thing they added. So these little things here, like in the movie, prevent the dinosaurs from crossing them despite the need for fences. So as you can see, I have the Gigas right here, right at the start. I feel like they are the Jurassic World Dominions, like kind of like the big draw to this place. There we go. So yeah, here's a little viewing gallery for safe viewing. With this setup, it kind of feels pointless to even have it here, but you know, just in case they get out, it gives people a place to go. As you can see, I have two of the Jurassic World Dominion ones in here and two regular ones. Since I'm not limited like the podcast, I'm just going to run in real quick. Look at him. Even on the PS4, the skins look pretty good. Although definitely not as good. If you have a chance to see the PC version, it would be way better. But yeah, I really like the way this guy looks. Even though the back's, like the sail on the back doesn't, I don't think anything in the fossil record would suggest that. These guys much more accurate. Look at that chin. It's like a Jay Lenosaurus. It's a version joke there. But yeah, we got two of each. Those are the little stands we've seen in the movie. The Giga attacks it, and they're connected by like little subterranean tunnels that you can see if you do that. So yeah, you would be able to start at that starting area we went to, and it would take you on like this little tour of all the stands. I'll show them all. I'll show the views of all of them off later, but just so everyone, and if anybody who hasn't got the game gets like a good. You can raise and lower it, but lowering it doesn't give you a good view because these little gates come in front of you, but you know, it might be a neat little thing just if you haven't seen it before. But yeah. Alright, so we're just going to go back over here. I really tried to put a little bit more three-dimensional into this park. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I have a unused little area here. I was going to move my Carcharodontosaurus into here before I started, and I forgot because their enclosure I made didn't actually turn out so well. So I'm probably going to do that after I'm done recording, just for my own edification. We got the Protoceratosaurus over here. He's a cool little dinosaur I've never even really heard of before this game came out. I'm assuming they're an early ancestor to the Ceratosaurus, considering the name. They got the little crest on their heads, which I'm not sure how paleontology... I can't talk today. I don't know how accurate to reality that is. But if it is, it's pretty neat. Ceratosaurus itself has a horn on its head, like on its snout area. We'll see one in a minute. I've got you in here. So yeah, here's kind of like the main like park area, the downtown Disney or Universal Studios City Walk of this place. This is the actual arrival zone. I wanted to do this on both sides, but I'm gonna leave enough room as to that's it. But yeah, you get all your like amenities and stuff up here. But I want this to be more like I think the actual name of this is a nature reserve, hence the zero fences and stuff. So I wanted this to have like more of a natural feel. And it's my recast attempt at adding decorations. Something I'm trying to improve on too. And here was the first exhibit I put in here. I have ankylosaur things. I can't remember their name for the life of me at the moment. Let's just go in real quick. Which ones did I put in here? It is the Crictosaurus, named after Michael Crichton. I remember now. Okay, that's why I put these guys in here. So these little guys are named after Michael Crichton, the author of Jurassic Park, for anybody who doesn't know. They're pretty small. That's why they have kind of like the smaller enclosure here. Not much going on. But yeah, I felt like putting them in, despite the fact that I rarely use them. Just doesn't. Like, look at that. They're teeny. They're super teeny. But just because I was listening to the book on tape while I was building it, so I figured it'd be a nice little tribute to Michael Crichton for it. Over here, I think I have my Allosaurs and my Ceratosaurs. Yeah, I do. So, there's the Ceratosaurus. As you can see, it's got the horn on it. Like most things in the Jurassic Park series, it's a little bit bigger than its real-life counterpart. I think stockier, too. I don't think these guys are too... I mean, obviously bigger than a person, but I don't think they're, like, too big in reality. I remember the first time I had seen them was an old Ray Harryhausen movie called Journey to the Beginning of Time. Oh, and there's Allosaurus, one of the formerly most popular dinosaurs. I don't know if it still is. It's kind of been completely overshadowed by like T-Rex and Spinosaurus and Giganotosaurus at this point. But is it Giga or Giga? I've heard so many different pronunciations. I'd assume it's Giganotosaurus, but yeah, Giga. The big Allosaurus thing. But yeah, these guys were contemporaries, but rivals. I don't know why this game says they were happy to live among each other. I don't think that's accurate to real life at all, but whatever. If I could put two things in one area, I will. So yeah, I'm still kind of learning how the elevation stuff in this game works. That's why the water's so much higher than everything else here. Still kind of getting better about that. The next park I make, I'm definitely I think I'm gonna have it on lockdown. Most of these ones I've been posting are kind of like my journey of learning how to play this game again. I briefly played, well, not briefly, I spent like a year playing the first one when it came out. That game ultimately ended up being a pretty massive disappointment to me. I feel like it was missing, no, it wasn't even like missing features. It just kind of like Jurassic Park Operation Genesis was one of my favorite games back in the day. And I just feel like something about this is another thing I'm talking about, not to get off on a tangent, but like my pathing has been terrible. It was good when I started, but when I tried to create the horrible first Carcharodontosaurus area that we're going to see right now, it kind of fucked up the rest of the pathing. But yeah, so here's where I put my poor Carcharodontosaurus. They're just in a hole. They're in a really steep hole. I feel bad for them. This area is trash. But yeah, I'm still kind of learning stuff. Back to that thing, I really put a lot of time in the first, Operation Genesis. So when Jurassic World Evolution 1 was announced, I got super hyped and pre-ordered it immediately. And I don't think I even really had fun with that game until it turned to Jurassic Park DLC came out. And that kind of made the game playable in a way I preferred, what I was like looking for in the game. So when this one got announced, it came out, I really wasn't hyped for it at all. Here's my Spinosaur exhibit. I'm gonna say Spinosaur exhibit's probably the best one I made, but it's a little bit too big and I only have one Spinosaur in here. It's multi-leveled, Unfortunately, you can't put waterfalls in this game. Otherwise, that was kind of what I was going for. Um, but yeah, he's got a nice little dual pond set up for him to stomp around in. Kind of reminds me of the way Nublar looked in the third movie, which I liked about it. Um, but yeah, I kind of wish, since they put some more scientifically accurate dinosaurs in this game, they put a more accurate Spinosaur skin in this game too. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. But yeah, so going back to what I was saying, the first game, I had fun with the DLC, but as soon as I picked this one up, I was having fun pretty immediately. So yeah, if anybody was like on the fence about buying this, I definitely recommend. Even if you have the older consoles, like it's still really fun. It's occupied my interest more than any game in the last 2 years have. Like usually I'll play something for like 1 or 2 months and then drop it. I've been playing this for a solid 3 months at this point. This is my Dilophosaur exhibit, which is slightly less terrible than the Carcharodontosaurs, but the way I have it built is you really can't see anything from the stands, which is a little bit of oversight on my part. But like really going back to what I was saying about like the 3-dimensional stuff, I'm really trying to get like a little bit more into these exhibits, a little bit more interesting exhibits, I should say. So yeah, I think I have like 5 or 6 of these little buggers in here. But yeah, they're kind of hard to do exhibits for to begin with, just because how small they are. It's kind of hard to make a setup that leaves them satisfied and is pretty interesting to go around in. Over here, the one fence dinosaur is my Indominus Rex. Originally, when I was putting all the dinosaurs in here, I was using this kind of little setup as like a fighting arena. It was like half the size originally, and I was just kind of using it to get the infamy of like one of my T-Rexes and my Indominus up, which doesn't make as much sense in this game as it did in the old one. You used to be able, you could pretty much like in the older game just infinitely raise a dinosaur's popularity by just letting it murder other dinosaurs. That exploit doesn't really work in this one as much. I don't know if you guys caught a glimpse of it real quick, but the Indominus has a few scars on it. That's because I put a T-Rex in here, which we'll see. I'm probably going to leave that for last. T-Rex is always my favorite, so I always like showing them off last. I originally only wanted to have like 3 T-Rexes in this park. I think I have like 4 or 5 in the exhibit, just because the one with the 2022 Jurassic World Dominion Rexy skin, I put her in here to get killed by me and Indominus, and she whooped him twice. So I tranked them both and pulled her out of here before either one of them died, and I just decided to keep them both in the park. Originally when I was building this, I had a separate dome for the pterosaurs that didn't work quite as right, I don't think. I'm just going to switch the camera real quick. Normally I like taking the tourist shirt off because you get the voiceovers, but it's a pretty long exhibit, so I'm just going to grab you real quick. But yeah, I changed it and just made one giant dome. And this, I've been struggling making interesting looking domes in these games. I think this one turned out better than anything I've done so far. If this guy, you know, but yeah, I should say, because the PS4 puts a dinosaur limit on me, this part I maxed out my dinosaur limit pretty early on. Most of them I think are in here, so I'm going to hit the highlight video. I have at least 2 or 3 of each pterosaur in this game. We got the Quetzalcoatl. I really can't talk about it. We got the Quetzal flying right there. In reality, I think these guys just would glide. We get up on like cliffs and stuff and just glide off over like valleys and stuff in late Cretaceous period. And otherwise, they would just be galloping on the ground like giant little giraffes. Probably the most terrifying prehistoric creature I can't even imagine a galloping, gliding man-eater. But yeah, those guys are pretty crazy. Other than that, we got like Pteranodons, Morphodons. I can't even remember all these. There's a lot of pterosaurs. got one just kind of chilling on their own over there. Is that Tapajara? I can't really tell. It looks like Tapajara. You can tell by the big head crest. Yeah, this one turned out really nice. I like that it has like the natural look. There's like trees in here, but not like super dense. A lot of the dinosaur region areas, they really like to have like a super dense foliage so you can't see through the style. It's quite very aesthetically pleasing. One downside to this game versus the first game, I feel like you can get away with much less foliage in dinosaur habitats and keep the dinosaurs happy. I'm just going to go off the path right here so you guys can eventually get a better view of all these. Yeah. Pretty cool area. I really like a lot of the dinosaur interactions that in this game too. Oh, you get those just like fighting and walking around. They'll actually have like unique animations for each other. Like you have two T-Rexes and Attic kind of like have like a little wrestling match. It's like a kind of like a protection wrestling match. I feel and for those who haven't seen Carnosaurus, we'll have like little like headbutting matches. Same with like the Triceratops and stuff. So it's neat. Like it's pretty cool. Like a lot of times I'll just like I have a couple like parks in this game that are basically just like loose dinosaurs wandering around that I'll just like sit and watch for a while. It's like I find it really fascinating. I don't know. It's probably the nerdiest thing I could admit to. But yeah, I'm really trying to actually put effort into parks this time. Back when I was younger in Operation Genesis, I would try and then all of them would just kind of devolve into one giant fenced off area with all the dinosaurs living together, which always would descend into chaos. That's the Allosaurus again. I should have Dimetrodons up here. Dimetrodons are probably one of my favorite part of the newest movie. It's something I want to see in the Jurassic Park movie for a long time. For those of you who don't know, Dimetrodons aren't actually dinosaurs. They are There's something. They predate dinosaurs. They are like 120, 130 million years old. One of the first terrestrial creatures, I want to say. That could all be wrong. Don't listen to me. It's been forever since I studied it. Yeah, I know going into this movie a lot of people complained about the head for these guys because it was too Tyrannosaurus-like. And, while that might be true, I think these guys are fucking like, I don't know. It was always one of my favorites. I had a toy for these guys when the first Jurassic Park came out, so that might be where my soft spot comes from. But yeah, I'm really glad to. Oop, got some clip in there. I'm breaking a lot of physics, and I'm gonna walk away. But yeah, I always really had a soft spot for those guys. Up here is the Apatosaurus and Stegosaurus, and I want to say Brachiosaurus in there too. So yeah, here's the tour. I did not drive it this time. Possibly on accident. But yeah, this area I should have cleaned up before I record this, because this is kind of like the worst offender of that way too much foliage area. Like, it makes it hard to see some of these guys.
Brachiosaurus uses its broad jaws and conical chisel-like teeth to crop large quantities of plant material. Its jaws are actually surprisingly weak, and its movements are limited to rudimentary motions.
That might be one of my favorite things about this game, is when you take the tour, you have the not Richard Pally guy kind of narrating and telling you about all of them. And and that's the worst thing about it. I'm just going back into creative mode and show this, because it is a lot of my I'm bad at making these tours. Like in reality, most of these tours would take like 30 minutes to get through. You got Stegosaurus there. I think they did all Jurassic Park 2 Stegosaurus skins for here. And I did a mix of JP1 and JP3 Brachiosaurus skins for this. But yeah, like, there was a cluster. Look at how many trees. You can't see shit in this area. And this was also me experimenting with the, like, three-dimensional. So you got, like, hills and stuff in here. I don't think this area turned out too good. Again, I'm still kind of like trying to learn how to make stuff more aesthetically pleasing in this game. I probably should put more rocks in this area. I think I put a few. Maybe I didn't. But yeah. So we're getting to kind of like our secondary area. Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to put. These are light fixtures for night. I was going to put them on all the paths, and I never did. And I never added any concrete to the fountain to make it walkable. I think I did and forgot to save, because I distinctly remember putting concrete around here for people to walk. So before we go down there and show off, there's a few more dinosaurs in this area. Yeah, so I was building on this a while last weekend when I got back from my cousin's wedding, and after a while I just I thought I saved it and then turned off all the fences and let this place go to hell. Here's the Stingy Molochs. I chose to put these guys in here instead of like the Pachycephalosaurus, because I feel like I use the Pachycephalosaurus more than these guys. And I kind of like the Horncrest. Their area is kind of a swampy area because I think originally I was going to put something else in here, but it was too small. So yeah, then you got like a little bit of land in a whole ton of water. Right next to them is going to be the Trociraptors, which... No, sorry, these are Styracosaurus. Which you can barely see because of how much foliage they require for their comfort. I've always had a soft spot for Styracosaurus because they were also in that Journey to the Beginning of Time movie where they were fought and were killed by a Ceratosaurus in a pretty cool Ray Harryhausen stop motion effect. Yeah, I have a soft spot for these guys. When I turned all the fences off in here, they were immediately wiped out of existence by all the large predators just turning on them. Easy meals for most of these guys. And here's the... Did I call them Atrociraptors? Sorry, these are the, what are they? Pyroraptors, yeah. I know what I was talking about. They're the only feathered, like, truly feathered dinosaurs, I want to say, in, like, the franchise. So, like, this is how most raptors would look for anybody who hasn't kept up with it, but is watching this video for some reason. I did random color palettes so they'd all be different. Yeah, these guys are pretty neat. The only bad thing I don't like about them is if you do have kind of like an open, like no fence scenario, if they're hunting as a pack, they literally just wipe everything out. These guys are OP as fuck. And that doesn't go for just them. Deinonychus and Velociraptors are the same way in this game. They just annihilate everything. They just all jump on something's back and rip them to shreds. It's pretty obscene. So now we'll just get back onto this house. Oh, that tree looked like a Stegosaurus on the roof. I was like, how do you get up there? So this is kind of like the secondary area because it is kind of a long walk. So we have like a coffee shop, burger place. We have like a little fossil excavation zone, clothing store, because this is a nature preserve, but it needs to run on money somehow. I think this is just the viewing gallery for the Pyroraptors. Man, I'm getting all confused. Yep. So yeah, got a nice little shot of him killing a goat there. You know, that's one thing I still can't believe I haven't added into this game that you could do in Operation Genesis, but you could pick different food types to come out of the meat thing. Like, and this is just a hunk of meat like this, which I put in front of most of the viewing galleries so that dinosaurs will come up and eat them. And then I put live prey because they like to hunt for mental stimulation, I'd assume. But you could do like cows in the other game, which I think was pretty cool too. This is supposed to be this was my original Rex paddock, but I switched it out for a bigger one when I decided to have 4 Rexes instead of 2. 3 or whatever I was going to do originally. And I moved my Acrocanthosaurus in here, which there was originally 3 of those, but 2 of them got murked by the T-Rexes. So let's, oh, there he is, or she is, everything in Jurassic Park's female. I wonder if that goes for the Biosyn Valley stuff. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the skin. I just, you can see he's got scars from getting the floor wet with him. But in his defense, when I turned off all the fences, he did pretty alright. He was still alive last time I checked on that area. I didn't save it though. Yeah, Acro is a pretty cool dinosaur. It's a North American Carcharodontosaur. So that's like the family type of the bigger Allosaurid dinosaurs, but named after their teeth. For those of you who don't know, Carchara is, or Carcharodont, it essentially means shark tooth. So they have a serrated teeth like sharks normally are. This guy was a bigger one, thought to have been eating on sauropods. Like he would attach to, like they had big gripping arms. At least that one documentary I watched. I could be wrong. Don't listen to me. I think he looks cool. He was in Operation Genesis too, which is why I probably have like a soft spot for him. But he had like a big scale on his back. If you ever see the like fossilized skeleton of them, they do have like kind of like big protruding bones on their spine. So the sail, I think, kind of made a little bit more sense than with, like, the Giganotosaurus in this game, but, yeah, I think they just think it's like a humpback at this point. Here's a little, like, rest area in the dirt, because I can't, like, it's kind of hard to try and make, like, a concrete floor, because you have to use paths, and the system, at least on consoles, for doing that is pretty obscene. So, yeah, here's a nice little dirt picnic area. I think this is if it ever lets me look in here. Jeez. There we go. There we go. Oh, I was just looking into the Acros area. Alright. So, here's a little emergency shelter in case anybody escapes. Over here we have Carnotaurus, which most people remember from the Disney's dinosaur movie where it was like 17 times bigger in the world. Oh, here's the animations I was talking about. Oh, look, there. But yeah, it's a little dominance display for them. We also have Majungasaurus here. Majungasaurs were dinosaurs that seemed to have been living on a island with not many other creatures there, so large cases of cannibalism in their fossil record. Yeah, so these guys always make me a little bit uneasy. Junga. So we're going to come over here. As if you could see that is the Dreadnoughtus, one of the larger sauropods to have ever lived. I think. Oh, and Triceratops. I kind of just threw them in there because I had nowhere else to put them. And here's Diplodocus, or Diplodocus, I've heard it pronounced. I don't know, I think it's Diplodocus, I don't know. But, I thought I had a tour that goes through all this area. Well, I guess we'll just do this. So yeah, again, these guys have a large plant and nut and other dietary needs, so that's why this area is just all foliage. It's, yeah, see, I have the path. Where did that thing start? It is, oh, okay, so I remember what happened. So I have Gigantospinos in here, which are smaller Stegosaurid type dinosaurs, and they kept attacking the cars, so I deleted the tour, but the tracks remain. So yeah, which is a shame because, well, I guess I could just first person right now. These guys look awesome when you're down in like people view. Like, look how big they are. I put these guys in every part just because I think it's pretty cool seeing how big they are. we move, well, let's just do this. If we move over here, we can see our Triceratops. I thought I did random, like, skins for them, but it looks like I did all JP1 skins. But yeah, I have a soft spot for Triceratops. I think everyone knows. They're one of the more popular dinosaurs. I think they look pretty dope. Here is the research compound that comes standard with this map, and you have little where the finale of the movie takes place. Kind of wish you could use it. Drop some dinosaurs in there, recreate the ending. But yeah. Oh, you know what? Before I show off the T-Rex paddock, I missed my little Torosaur area. Torosaurs are like Triceratops for those people who don't know, but as you can see, the crest and the head is distinctly different. In this game, they're one of the tougher herbivorous dinosaurs. If you put them in, they could fight off most of the large carnivores fairly well. Alright, and here is my T-Rex area, which has a few sleeping right in front of it. I have a green one in here using the Jurassic Park 3 skin. I have a Jurassic Park 1 skin one, who's over there, and the new movie skin. I don't know what it is with the Jurassic Park 3 skin one, but yeah, so here's the big old girl who took out the Dominus a couple times. Her skin, it doesn't look quite that good on the PS3 version, but this is, if you see it on the computer, it looks just like the brand new movie. It's great in that. Here's the JP3 one. I think I named him Island Boy because I'm running out of names for these guys. When I opened up the fences, this guy got murked, like, instantly. Like, these poor JP3 fences, even in this game. Okay, calm down. No matter how good I make their stats, they just keep getting obliterated. Like, I don't know what it is. They're cursed. But I like the way they look better than, like, the JP2 Rex, despite them both being green. Here is the... Oh, this is the furry one. So I named him Fluffy? Yeah, Fluffy. I like having one of these in most of the parts to kind of like show off the difference between the more accurate Rex and the JP Rexes, although the hair just does not work well on the PlayStation. Oh, she's awake. And yeah, let's see if we can find the Alpha, Dante. There he is. He got named that because he won like 500 fights in the little arena I made. And he just kept going. Somehow they got scarred. Great. Threw him in here and he became the Alpha. Imagine how just absolutely hand-shimmy scary that would be if you just saw Rex with no fence just staring at you. But yeah, I think the 93, like the original movie skin, is still my favorite in this game. It just looks great. Do I have the JP World or the JP1 Master? Ooh, I don't even have the right Master on. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, I think for the most part, most of these dinosaurs look better with the Jurassic Park color grading Master. Who would have thought? But yeah, you can't really tell right now. Lights went out. So yeah, that's the new park. As you can see, I didn't actually do that good of a job of giving it 3D depth and stuff like I had tried. One of my pterosaurs died. I'm guessing Quetzal killed it. So let's just get out of here so this car doesn't get stuck. I should have turned off fighting and stuff, but I think it adds more fun to the game. So yeah, I was going to show you guys all the stands view, but it's not, once you've seen one you kind of get like the gist of it. It's just kind of like a higher view for most of this stuff. But yeah, this is definitely one I put the most time into. Did turn out great. Just real quick, I'm going to put these guys where they're supposed to be and just get rid of this area. Or maybe I'll open up the fences and give the Dilophosaurus like all this hunting ground. Who knows? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. it's definitely the one I'm the most proud of the ones I've made so far. I think it's coolest. Well, I won't stop the video yet. I'll show you guys these guys in their actual area.
Asset collection request received.
So yeah, we put them over here in their little
Heading to
compound.
collect the asset.
Why is this place so popular?
Delete this.
Asset in transit. Transportation underway.
Yeah. So yeah, this is like the only blemish on this park in my opinion. I should have cleaned that up before I recorded, but I kind of forgot I did.
Transportation complete.
But yeah, this, I don't know what I was thinking here. This looks terrible. This is the last little exhibit I made. It's kind of the one I like the most, for the most part. Oh, this is in the Rex area. The Rex area, I don't think it looks bad.
Confirming
But yeah,
asset
this is,
delivery.
for the most part, a pretty cool one, I think. It's kind of what I was going for with this. Like a more natural setting, no fences and stuff, but still everyone's taken care of. Plus, I like having the Carcharodontosaurus next to the Spinosaurus since they were contemporaries. The Carcharodontosaurus being probably the apex land predator of Egypt back in the early Cretaceous, while the Spinosaurus was the... Were they early Cretaceous or were they mid-Cretaceous? Whatever. So they were probably the primary land predator, while the Spinosaurus was a semi-aquatic, semi-land predator. Probably fulfilled different niches in the environment. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm gonna save that before I forget real quick. And yeah, I'll have another one going in I'll have another park to show not too long from now. And I'll have that uploaded at some point, probably before the end of the month. Yeah, so I guess real quick we'll just let chaos reign for a couple seconds, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye now. One thing I am curious why I keep coming back to the Indominus on this one is when I lit the fences off that one time, he got out of here without breaking any fences, so I'm curious to see how he does that. So I'm going to just keep jumping back and forth between what they're doing and what everything else is doing. Yeah, the Indominus just like climbed the fence or some bullshit that I've never seen happen in this game, and then immediately murdered my poor Spino. Which is crazy because every other file I've had, the Spinos have murked the Indominus like no problem. So I don't know what the difference was this time, but it definitely was one. Let's see how you get out. Yeah, hell, let's just open it for him. Alright. that wasn't as exciting as I had hoped for, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye now.